Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG, the only show that is actually, this week at least, coming from inside Wizards of the Coast. Why are we here this week? Glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. We're opening up stuff, and it's all pretty, and I want you to be able to see what the cards look like. And so we've got the fancy cameras. I don't have these at home. Producer Sean was just telling me how much he missed the fancy cameras, so we came into the office for this special show to show you all the pretty things in high definition, at least as high def as we can manage. So we are going to do that basically all show. We're going to just open up some packs, but before we get to that, we're going to do a little bit of news. This week, on Monday to be more specific, we had the first Commander banning in a little bit. Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, was banned from Commander. And meanwhile, Worldfire, the 9-mana sorcery, was unbanned. Worldfire's been on the ban list for quite some time, and Golos is a new entry. So yeah, take Golos out of your decks, add Worldfire into your red decks, and keep on trucking. Next up, this week on Sunday, actually, we had the Loading Ready Run pre-release. So if Midnight Hunt is your jam, definitely check that out. You can, there we go, right down at the bottom. It's a little bit of gobbledygook, but youtube.com/watch, blah, 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 blah. You can also just head to the Loading Ready Run MTG channel or head to YouTube and just search for LRR pre-release and it'll pop up right there at the top. Check that out, especially if you're looking to participate in a pre-release this weekend and want to get a little bit of a leg up. And then finally, today is also the digital release of Midnight Hunt. And as such, we released the trailer for Midnight Hunt, and it's a spooky one. So let's take a look at that real quick.
This is the Heron's Grace Orphanage. Here, you will earn your keep. And don't think that I will go lightly on you, new boy. You cannot hide behind that crutch. I expect a good day's work out of you tomorrow, or I'll throw you over the walls. For the werewolves.
Dropping my apples?
Here, wolf! Get your dinner.
I won't do it again!
Next time, I won't be lenient.
Fix him up, Doctor. I've got a schedule to keep.
Would you like me to help you?
Yes. Please.
Just breathe. When the moon is full and bright, and children lie awake in fright, beware the beast that lurks the halls, to chew you up, bones and all. But do not cry when it draws near, for the beast can smell your fear.
That's what you'll get if you don't.
You cannot hide behind that crutch.
He shouldn't have dropped the apples, and then he shouldn't have made a big deal out of it. Either way, that trailer is, it was spooky as heck. Let me go with heck. It's a family show. But that was the trailer for Midnight Hunt that we released today. But let's get right to the exciting part. We're going to crack some packs. I'm going to start with collector boosters. We're going to talk over it. Feel free to throw some questions in chat, and you can see that I have not opened these. And yeah, we're just going to hang out, open some packs, show some stuff off. We'll get close-ups of everything that we can. I should have at least opened the plastic beforehand, shouldn't I have? All right, here we go. We're going to start with collector boosters. We'll move on to set boosters. We'll show it all off. We'll talk about the contents and exactly what you can expect to open in these. But here we go. So this is a booster pack. All right. Let's see what we do. All right, so I always take the little token off the back so you can see they're all foil and double-sided. That's the vampire with trample, lifelink, and haste. There's a wolf token. A couple things make that. So it's always going to start off with 4 foil commons. We got a Tapping the Window, Lambholt Harrier, Geistwave, and a really creepy Stolen Vitality. I'm actually not a Golos player. I do not have a Golos deck. I built one once, but it was a cycling deck. It was kind of lame. We got a Ritual of Hope. All right, so 2 foil uncommons is the next slot. Then we get the, and so the next slot is the foil Eternal Nightland, and these are gorgeous. So this is the Plains by Elena Danner, and yeah, we're gonna zoom in. So the collector booster always has them in foil, and actually I can, from doing some tests earlier, I can show them side by side with what the non-foils look like. We'll grab a Plains for a comparison. Do I have the same Plains? Yes. All right, so that's the foil. And then the non-foil's right next to it. And then one actually pops a little bit more on the island. But so the non-foil on the island, you can see the pin line around it. Stands out just a little bit. Yeah, so the foil Eternal Nightlands, I'm probably going to be gushing about those this whole time. All right. So the next slot is then a foil main set rare. In this case, we get one of the dual lands, Overgrown Farmland. And then the next 2 cards are going to be extended art. And so we'll get a main set one, Curse of Silence, and then one from the Commander released, Heronblade Elite. And then we get a couple common or uncommon Equinox double face cards. Then we get one of the Eternal Night rares. So in this case, we get Slowgurk the Overslime. The next slot is a foil in the booster fun, and then the last one is a foil rare mythic. And it can be in a number of the variations. In this case, we got the Equinox Sigarda Champion of Light, which is gorgeous. The art on these is fantastic. The black and white treatment looks really good. Producer Sean's gonna zoom in. Yeah, that is what the Sigarda looks like in the Eternal Night. And it's fantastic. Let's open up a couple of these. Let's open up a couple of these before we move on to Set Booster. Is there a specific reason why the Borderless cards don't have flavor text? Not one that I know of. I'm sure there is a reason that has to do with the design and look and feel, but I don't know it off the top of my head. All right, we got the foil commons, couple foil uncommons. We got the foil Eternal Nightland. This is the Island by Evan Cagle. Looks like something out of a storybook. It's fantastic. The foil rare is Memory Deluge. The extended art version, so that's the one from the Commander product, Curse of Clinging Webs, or the Commander set, and then Fateful Absence is from the main set. We got a couple of the Equinox uncommons. You can see, oops, not all of them are double-faced. Some of them are. And then we got Catilda here for the rare, not double-faced card. And then we have a foil. This one is double-faced. And then, so for the special foil, so you can see here, last one we got the Eternal Night Sigarda. This one was a foil extended art galvanic iteration. Open up a couple more of these, and then we'll do some set boosters. This is my favorite show of the year because you don't just get to sit and crack packs very often anymore. All right, we got a bird token. We got a human holding a pumpkin, because why not? All right. No Way Out, the card that replaced Mind Rot for the first time in almost 20 years. Got some foil uncommons. And then got Forest. Oh, good. I needed that one. My wife collects all the cards by Elena Danner because she's a friend of the family and she likes all these. So that goes in my wife's pile. Put that over there. We got a Brutal Cathar, which is it's foil from the main set. Double-faced. Empty the Laboratory and Curse of Leeches are our extended art cards. We got a Shady Traveler. So shady. So shady. And we got a Tavern Ruffian. And then our rare for those is a Suspicious Stowaway. The little Seafaring Werewolf. The foil Equinox is the Outland Liberator. Frenzied Trapacre. That Frenzied Trapacre is really cool, actually. The foiling looks really good on the backside. Yeah, it's really textured. You can see how in the upper left-hand corner the sun and the moon really stand out. So that's really cool. And then we got Old Stick Fingers, which if you were on Daily MTG today, you could have learned a little bit about Old Stick Fingers. The fun fact about Old Stick Fingers is that he's right behind you. All right. Let's switch for the moment to set boosters, because why not? Let's take a look at some of the differences between the two, as I have to struggle with the plastic as well. So normally we do these pack openings what would be next week, the week of release. But the reason we're doing it this week, because next week we have a couple special guests. We have Shannon McGuire and Kay Arsenal Rivera, two of the authors of Midnight Hunt's story. So they will both be on to talk about writing magic fiction, talk about creating the story for Midnight Hunt, and more. So since they're going to be on next week, we thought we'd do this week because, you know, this one's fun. Okay, so each set booster has an art card. In this case, this is the island. And then there's an Eternal Nightland. They are not all foil, but they can be foil. So we happen to pull a foil in this one. And then we've got some commons right up front. And they are usually related in some way. So these are all vampire ones. And then we got that. And then we've got a couple uncommons. And then we get the head turner slot, which is some kind of equinox. We got a couple of those. And then we've got another uncommon, Beloved Beggar, a rare or mythic, I should say. And then there is a foil. The foil can be any number of things. And then we happen to get a card from the list in this one, Chatter of the Squirrel. That's always fun. Chatter of the Squirrel for all your squirrel needs for Modern Horizons 2. All right, let's open a couple more of these. And then we'll actually, after this pack, we'll put the graphic up to walk through specifically. Oh, okay. We're just going to open up foil planes all the time. All right, so we got, this is Cigar to Champion of Light. That's the art from the main set. Foil planes. Land Danner, friend of the show. All right, we got some blue cards that have to do with the graveyard. And then we got some uncommons. Ooh, we got, so this head turner slot can be, they can be rares. So in this case, we got Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia. And actually, can we get close up on that? Thank you. Ooh, can't catch me. All right, so what you might be able to see, yeah, there we go. When I can catch the reflection off of it, you can see that in this case, purple border really pops around these. This is not foil, but you can kind of see it's like a extra little pin foil around it that looks really cool. So there's Jadar. Where were we? All right, we got a Spellrune Painter. We got a Birdmire. We got a Jaren, Corrupted Bishop as our, oh boy, all right, as our rare mythic. And then our foil, Old Stick Fingers. He's right behind you. Right behind you. That's actually pretty cool that we got two of the foil Eternal Night Old Stick Fingers. All right, let's look quickly at the graphic. So set booster, so we just went through one of these. As you can see, there's always an art card in each one. Hopefully, so it says 5% of packs have a foil stamped version. Hopefully we'll get to see one of those as we open stuff up. Double-faced or single-faced rare mythic. I'll start from the bottom because it's kind of the order these things get opened up. So one Eternal Night full art basic land. It is a traditional foil in some packs, as it says there. Then you get 3 single-faced commons, 2 single-faced uncommons, 2 double or single-faced commons or uncommons. And then the next slot has the Equinox, so that's where we just saw the 2 Equinox. It's a little bit of a grab bag in that slot, but that's where we just got the Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia. Then you get your foil, double or single-faced card that can be anything up to a mythic. Then you get a double or single-faced rare or mythic, and I think we were getting those in the other order when we were opening these up. All right, let's keep cracking. And then when we go back to collector boosters, we'll look at that chart for collector boosters as well. All right, foil? No foil, okay. And also no foil land. So here is The Island by Dan Mumford. Then we got the commons. We got some uncommons. We got, ooh, nice. That is one of the rare commander cards. And then we got Kessig Naturalist. And then we got a couple double-faced uncommons. For our rare, we got Florian Voldaren Scion. For our foil, we got Lunarch Veteran. Oh, and a very appropriate card from the list. Actually, this one's really good. Orzhova Church of Deals. So yeah, this is a very Orzhov card back in the day, but it's got kind of that spooky feel. It's a church. It's got a little bit of an Innistrad feel to it. So we've opened two list cards and 3 boosters. Not bad. All right, I'm gonna open, let's say, 2 more set boosters, and then we'll move back to collector boosters, because why not? Oh, spoiler alert, foil double face card. All right, art card is Tovolar, and we got a regular plains, as opposed to the foil. We got commons, uncommons, little fancy Candle Grove Witch, and then a little fancy Kessig Naturalist, a double-sided Spellrune Howler. We get Vadric Astral Archmage, and a foil Birded Mare. She really likes birds, and she eats birds. It's like Circle of Life. The Circle of Life. All right. What did I say? Did I say one more set booster? We'll do one more set booster. Then back to collector boosters. All right. What is that from? Overgrown Farmland. All right. We got the Mountain. Startle. Tapping on the window. Shadow Beast Sighting. Ritual Guardian. Sacred Fire. Really, ooh. Those would be 2 cards to have in the same deck. A little Burly Brawler, a little Morning Patrol, Heirloom Mirror, Storm the Festival is our rare, and then our foil is Stolen Fatality. All right, let's go back to collector boosters for a little bit. We'll play How Many Old Stick Fingers Can We Open? Just a fun game. Fun game for everybody. He's right behind you. He is right behind you. All right, lots of shiny. All right, we got a clue token, spooky clue, beast. Looks like a person in a beast costume. All right, got some foil commons. I'm really enjoying Secrets of the Key in draft. That's because I like to dirtle. Borrowed Time is a card I didn't realize existed in the set until someone played it against me. Just a fun realization. And then here's our foil plains. Yeah, and you notice you'll get you'll get these Eternal Night in every pack you open. Wake to Slaughter is our foil rare. Curse of the Restless Dead. Dire Strain Rampage are extended arts. We got a little Dawn Heart Rejuvenator. Not double face. I keep doing, like, instinctively, I see that border and I'm just like, flip. This one flips. I'm making, like, sound effects for this. All right, and then got Eternal Night. This one does not transform. Resplendent Cathar. And then we've got a foil Kessig Naturalist that looks really good. When can the packs be bought? Great question. So this weekend is pre-release, so there are certain packs you can get through your local store while participating in a pre-release event, which can be remote. They can be kind of take home and play. And then the set actually fully releases everywhere next week. So this is, so tomorrow's 9/17, so the 24th. 24th is the official release date. Yeah, so you can get stuff this weekend. You can get some stuff this weekend. You can get all the stuff next weekend. We got a stuffed bear. I don't know if that card's good, but I really like that it exists. Immolation, that was a fun realization. This card has not been printed in a very long time. I think Chronicles was the last time this card was printed. And yeah, it was kind of wild to see it back. It's one of those cards you've forgotten about, but it's definitely good. Dissipate, meanwhile, not that new. All right, and then here's Foil Island. Ooh, and then, yeah, here's our friend Ren and 7. Foil Planeswalker. So there are 3 versions of the Planeswalkers that you can get. This is the regular one. All right, Drown in Dreams, Extended Art, Slaughter Specialist, a little undercost defeater. We got some Bird Admiring, some Harvestide Infiltrate. Look at the old stick fingers count as 3. We gotta make sure all the old stick fingers are together. This is our game now. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because we've opened a lot of old stick fingers. Now I gotta find, here it is. Here it is. Old stick finger count is 3. 3 old stick fingers. Ooh, and I can't stay away. I wanted one of those. That's a very strong card. All the cards you want in that pack. Well, what's that?
Content graphic?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, so the collector booster contents. Here is the breakdown. We've been running through this, but yeah, we'll start at the bottom. So the foil double-sided token that you'll get in every one. The foil Eternal Night full art basic land is in there. Then the 4 foil commons followed by 2 foil uncommons. Then you get the foil rare mythic, which is typically from the main set. The extended art main set, rare or mythic. And then the extended art commander, rare mythic. So those are 2 that are pretty much together is how we've been looking at them. 2 showcase Equinox. So that's where we've been seeing the common and uncommons later in the pack. 1 foil showcase Equinox, again in common or uncommon. And then we get the showcase or borderless rare or mythic. It can be Equinox or Eternal Night. And then finally, we end with the foil showcase, borderless, or main set extended art, rare, or mythic. So those are the fanciest of the fancy. All right. Yeah, I'm with you right there. I want all the lands in bulk. I was also happy to see Vampire Interloper come back. There were a lot of reprints in this set that were, they're not like powerful, besides Delver of Secrets, they're not powerful standard cards, but they really add fantastic texture to the draft format. I'm kind of psyched they're back. All right, there's a Swamp. We haven't seen the Elena Danner Swamp yet. And here's the foil rare or mythic, the Bloodline Culling. And then here we get the Commander and main set extended art, Kyler, Sigardian Emissary. Humans, works with humans. And then Candlegrove Witch, Spellrune Painter. And this one at least has a backside. Ooh, and then here's a Eternal Night Ludovic, Necrogenius, which transforms into Olag Ludwig's Hubris. Then we get the Ooh, well, yeah, that happened, but there we go. Foil Borderless Teferi who slows the sunset. Yeah, let's definitely get close on that. Oh, yeah. Now, unlike the last core set Teferi, there are not 9 versions of this. Yeah, that is what that looks like. That is a handsome, handsome card. All right, I'm gonna put that over there for now. It's not an old stick fingers, but we'll take it. We will take it. Let's keep going through these collector boosters. Find more old stick fingers. Odds are not in our favor to find more old stick fingers, but you know what? We'll look. Spirit, Bat. Yeah, I think, you know, this Teferi is clearly less powerful than, obviously, several previous Teferis. Certainly less powerful than the blue-white Teferis. But it is, you know, it's got to be probably on par with the mono-blue Teferi. But it plays differently. It's not a card advantage or prison card. So I think it's definitely cubable. I think it's definitely standard playable, but it'll take some work. It's not just to jam it into every blue-white deck. All right, commons. Fading Hope. This is some of my favorite art in the set from Ravina Kai. Again, the foil Eternal Night basics are gorgeous. We have not yet announced what the Crimson Vow Showcase are in the style of. We'll just have to stay tuned. They're cool. They are very cool. I have not seen them in person. Working from home means that we don't see things in person as early as we used to. So I actually did not see Midnight Hunt cards in person until Monday. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. So we haven't seen these. These are the Borderless Rare Lands, which are gorgeous. Get on that. So this one's not foil. They do obviously come in foil, but this is the Borderless version. Deserted Beach. I love these. I tend to play slower decks, and so they fit into all of my slower decks. All right. Got another Adeline, but this one is foil. Yeah, these are gorgeous. Onward we go. 302. We got about half an hour more of this. Good times. Good times. Just cracking packs, hanging out. All right. Some more foil rares. Vampire Rogue. Another Lena Danner Forest. Wife only needs 1 copy of those. Little foil burn down the house. This card I think is underrated. It's a 5-mana sweeper, but when you don't need it, it can be some little devils for you. Ghoul's Night Out might be the best named card in the set. Willowgeist. And then we got a couple Equinox Frames. We got Jadar. Another powerful token maker. Foil Dawnheart Rejuvenator. And then we've got a foil extended Angel Fire Ignition. Oh, and Teferi Emblem. Why not? I lost to this card in a draft earlier today. It happened. Yeah, the Equinox lands, they have a little bit of a glow to them. There's something about that pin. Oh, I just randomly opened a set booster. Why not? It wasn't intentional. But yeah, so this is a non-foil, but the pin lines on the outside just a really nice contrast to the black and white. All right, uncommons. Ooh, Wilhelt, the Rot Cleaver, Decayed Zombie Commander, Delver of Secrets. There it is. We got a Pithing Needle, nice. We little double rare. And don't forget, the set boosters have these little games in them, and the games get updated. This one's called Day versus Night, and they're fun little games to play when you're cracking packs, like I'm doing. But we're not gonna. Graham described them as etched at the PPR. You're talking about assuming the Eternal Nightlands, kinda. They are not. So when we say foil etched, it's talking about a process and not necessarily a design. So these are. It's not exactly etched, but they pop in a certain way. So kinda. Mysterious Tome, another card I completely missed. I love that it draws a card and then turns into an Icy Manipulator. Smoldering Egg, very strong card. Triskaidekaphile. I'm getting a foil one of those and putting it into my all foil Azami deck. Got Tovolar's Huntmaster, also known as Green Grave Titan. Frickin' Shady Traveler, and then Storm the Festival as our foil extended art. Got about 3 collector boosters left in this box. All right, I'm going to answer your question. I know you've been asking this on Twitter a lot lately. Lap Last Jan Mitgo. I know who you are. No, I do not have any news about organized play. There is not an announcement incoming that I have publicly right now. We are still planning, and we are mostly looking towards 2022, when we believe we'll be able to gather safely more frequently. We'll foil Faithful Mending. So, but organized play is not gone. We still have, a reminder, we still have the World Championship coming up October 8th through 10th, and then we still, we have announced the Mythic Championships for next year, and then, there are still ways to qualify for those. All of those are still virtual, but I know, oh, hey, speaking of foiled Triskaidekaphile, but I know the team is hard at work working on a plan for when we do feel ready to bring back in-person large events that feed high-level play. All of that's coming. It's just not here yet. We got some of these. Lord of the Forsaken. I keep looking at, trying to figure out how to break. We got Rem Carlos, who flavor text legend from previous Innistrad sets. Ooh, and here we go. That looks cool. But so here is one of those foil borderless lands. I can answer your question, Resinu. Eternal Lands will come in every set booster pack. So here, well, since you just asked, we'll switch over. Oh man, lore questions I am just not great at. So the Wolfear, I do not know the answer to that question. Great question. I do not know the answer to it. We can maybe answer it next week. Okay, so this is, I'm going to show this one up a little bit closer because this is one of the 5% that have the gold embossed signature. You can see it right down in that bottom corner over here. So this is Seasoned Cathar. But yeah, about 5% of those will have those. Yeah, the dual lands are real spicy. I like them for Commander. I like them for Standard. I like them for, you know, Pioneer. I'll probably play them in Canlander. I'm excited for them. I tend to play slower decks, so I want my lands to come into play untapped later. I want them to come into play untapped all the time, but you know what? Can't always have what we want. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be showing off. See, everyone will have an Eternal Night land. Let's finish off this collector booster box. Foiled Devil and Zombie action. The animation for the decayed zombies on Arena is really cool. When they attack, they get a little trigger, and then at the end you see this image of the zombie, but then its head falls off and it kind of crumbles to dust. It's pretty great. Our old stick fingers count is stuck at 3. Don't know. We gotta speed that up. All right. Don't think it's in this pack. I got a little peek ahead. Foil Swamp. Foil Fateful Absence. That card is really strong. The fact that you can destroy a Planeswalker is kind of insane. And we got some extended art. Memory Deluge is going to be a popular Control staple. We got some of these. We got, ooh, Eternal Night, Florian Boldarin Scion. No, the foiling is the same. And then we got another Jadar. Maybe we should have a Jadar count because I'm pretty sure that's our 3rd Jadar. Yeah, so we've got 3 Jadar. I'm not going to go digging for the other Jadars, but we'll just leave this out here so we remember the Jadar count. All right, chat. So this is the last collector booster in this booster box. We've still got all these set boosters as well. Would you rather see set boosters or collector boosters? We can go either way. Kaya making a little cameo here, doing some exorcism. Mountain, Curse of Surveillance. Unfortunately, so I don't think I completed this thought earlier. Denic, Pious Apprentice, Disturb, nice. So the Eternal Night with both sides is pretty cool. Ooh, Sunstreak Phoenix. So the question about draft boosters, because we did this a week earlier, we had an issue with the draft boosters that we ordered, and so I didn't have any because we were a week early. So I didn't have any that I could show off to you. But okay, so I see set, collectors, shinies, collectors. So we're 3. We'll go 3 and 2. All right. We'll open another collectors. It's what the people want. We got about 17 minutes left. And yeah, if you have other questions, as we've been saying, you know, and I'll open some more set boosters too, since it's a pretty close vote. If you have other questions about Midnight Hunt or, you know what, anything else, we're hanging out. Feel free to put them in chat. I'll answer as best I can. I don't have all the answers. I'd like to think I do, but I don't. I don't have any Secret Lair news for you today. Clue, Renin 7 emblem. Pretty cool duress art. Cathartic Pyre. card I'm probably going to try in Canadian Highlander. What are the chances of pulling a card from the list? I can answer that. I'm pretty sure it's on the booster. List cards are included in 25% of set boosters. Wanted to make sure I got that right. Yeah, roughly 1 in every 4. There you go. Forest, Florian, Voldarin Scion. Got Empty the Laboratory, Briarbridge Tracker. Got some of these. Sereth, the Viper's Fang. Oh, double Sereth. Double Sereth. That can happen because they're in different slots, and the slots are not dependent on one another. Is Sereth entering the count? Sereth enters the count at 2. Stuffed Bear, Sun Gold Barrage, Blade Brand. That's a reprint, I just realized that. Bat Whisper, Obsessive Astronomer. Even I'm learning new things as I open these up. Got a Sweet Swamp. The foil rare is Geist Flame Reservoir. We got Curse of the Restless Dead, Curse of Shaken Faith. Why not? Double curse pack. Got some more of those. Ooh, we got a Lisa. Forgotten Archangel. Pretty cool one. We got foil Dawnheart Wardens, and then foil extended Hallowed Respite. Let's see. Well, moving the bundles to set boosters from draft does make sense. I'm really disappointed there are only 8 instead of 10. Can you comment on this reduction? What is the comment you're looking for? That is an accurate representation of what has happened. There are 8 set boosters instead of the 10 draft boosters that were in there before. And I actually, I wasn't involved in that, how the product is made up. And there's a lot of things that go into product makeup that I can't even begin to guess at how that ends up there. It has to do with costs and production and price point and, oh, a foil Delver of Secrets. It's not a bad uncommon to open. So I don't have anything specific for you on that. It's worth noting that set boosters and draft boosters are they're different. So it's not precisely a reduction if you look at it in terms of like rares per, and this is just one way of looking at it. I'm not saying that this is necessarily the answer you're looking for, but in terms of rares per bundle, it's actually not a decrease. Another Pennick, or Denick, Hound Tamer. Florian, I think Florian might have gotten up to old Stick Fingers level. I think it was just impressive that we got the 3 of those. All right, let's do a couple set boosters because people. Do the non-foil Eternal Light Night lands have the same texture Jadar does? So I think you're asking about the. Let's see if I can find an example. I think it's a little bit different. So we'll open a. Are you talking about this Jadar? This is a foil Jadar. We do have a non-foil old Stick Fingers here. And it doesn't, the pin line is not quite the same as the Eternal Night lands around the edge. The Eternal Night lands, the pin line pops a little bit more. It's probably hard to see on camera because it's tough to see even in person. It's easy to see on the lands when you catch the glare. Tougher to see on the Eternal Night ones. Tovalar, Dire Overlord, the Werewolf Commander. Fans have been demanding. Yeah, so like, see this set booster has 2 rares in it, for example. So the just purely in terms of rares, the 10 to 8 draft set booster difference is not really a difference, and in fact, you may end up with more from set boosters. Of course, rares is not the entire story, but yeah, you get fewer squares of cardboard. That is true. Well, so talking about the bundles and flavor, that is one way to look at it, but here's the thing. Set boosters are actually meant to tap into that flavor. So let's use this one as an example. You've got the art, which taps into the flavor of the set. Draft boosters also have an Eternal Nightland, so that's not any different. But then your commons are always a little bit connected. Not always. I think he says as he opens some that are not quite as connected. But it's meant to take you on a trip through the sets. You've got commons, you've got uncommons, and then you get the head turner slot. So you will always get, for example, you will always get a booster fun card here. Draft boosters do not always have a booster fun card. And this one, in fact, has 2. You can't get that there. Holy cow. Hermit Druid. I got distracted from answering the question. Yeah, and then there's always a foil. So you get a little bit of a taste of everything with the set booster. Set boosters are designed to be open and to give that flavor. I get what you're saying about having fewer commons and uncommons, but the commons and uncommons and the rest of the set booster are a bit more purposeful, if that makes sense. I do get what you're saying, though. Yeah, Hermit Druid, that's a card from the list. A couple weeks ago, we did the top 100 magic creatures of all time, and Hermit Druid made the list because this card is busted. It says reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a basic land card. Put that card into your hand. The rest of it doesn't matter because you put the rest into your graveyard, and basically you build your deck with no basic lands, and then this is tap, pay green mana, and put your library into your graveyard, which is all kinds of busted. Yeah, you might be right with the commons and uncommons being connected. But the trip through, again, you will always get the booster fun cards. Yeah, tokens. A note on the tokens. So we have been showing them off. The article that normally shows off the tokens was supposed to have already gone up. There was a bit of a delay. It should be going up tomorrow. Our cards in the list draftable. Set boosters are actually not meant to be drafted. So you will, when you're drafting, you will use draft boosters, and draft boosters do not contain cards from the list. All right, we got some more foils. Ooh, foil Consider. Right into a Canadian Highlander deck. Again, the art on these is so good. Little Slaughter Specialist, Lenore, Autumn Sovereign, Burn Down the House, Dawnheart Warden, Shady Traveler, ooh, Teferi Who Slows the Sunset, but not foil. Extended. And then Bird Admirer and a Consuming Blob. Yes, we are opening collector boosters right now. We've been kind of bopping back and forth a little bit between collector and set boosters. I'll do this collector booster. I'll bop back to some set boosters. All right. Planes. Ooh. I think we've now opened all the planeswalkers. So here's an Arlen Pax Hope. Arlen the Moon's Fury. That's a spicy one. There's a beast and a zombie token in this one. Riotous Intrusion and Willow Geist for the extended. Then we get some Infiltrator, some Hound Tamer, Gisa, Glorious Resurrector for non-foil. And then Dire Strain Rampage. All right. How many packs have I cracked? 1 and almost a half boxes of collector boosters, and then we're only through a few rows of set boosters. So, I don't know, 20? Something like that. All right. They are indeed very pretty. Crafted Identity. Yep. When will the Gather update happen for the new set? I would have to double check, but it either... Gather typically updates on Tuesdays, but I have not actually checked in with the Gather team in a while, so that may or may not still be the case. Do I like any of the cards from the Commander Precons? I do. But you know what? It's so early in the set that I don't have the names of cards figured out yet. So you're gonna get blanks from me on names from any of the Commander Precons. So I think my favorite is the one that in the Investigate Commander, the Black-Blue Investigate Commander, and I'm sure chat will pipe in with the name. But I'm a big fan of anything that obviously draws cards, but I also like drawing cards in a unique way and trying to figure, like, getting a bunch of clues, trying to figure out what to do with that. There is not a Crimson Vow related preview today. Not today. We actually do not have any Crimson Vow previews until Crimson Vow preview season begins. I don't know why I just flipped that. That's an Eternal Nightland. That has nothing to do with flipping. All right, we are nearly out of time. Ooh, yep, that's the ticket right there. That's almost worth ending on. We got 3 minutes left, so, but yeah. Foil Deserted Beach. Pretty. Pretty. All right. We'll do one more of each. Do you happen to know if all 10 black and white basic land arts are available in Set Boosters art cards? Those arts are amazing. I don't actually know if all of them are. Let's see. So if you head to dailymtg.com today, we actually have an article that has all of the art cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like the answer is no, it's not all 10. It looks like there are 4, an island, a mountain, a fort, and 2 forests. But that's my quick. The Surveil Investigate Commander and the Collector Booster, yes. So, oh, here's another one with the gold signature. We're batting above 5%. Yes, so the Collector Booster list, you can get any of the Commander Rares or Mythics in that extended frame. Slaughter Specialist. Oh, Goblin Lore. That's a good list card too. Draw 4 cards and then discard 3 cards. That card has done some work. That was a good set booster. All right, last collector booster, and we're going to call it a day. So as I'm doing that, next week we have, as I said earlier, 2 of the authors of the Innistrad Midnight Hunt Magic story, Shannon McGuire and Kay Arsenal Rivera, are going to be on the show, talk all about all the story stuff. And you don't want to miss that if you like Magic story. Is that only in extended, or is there alt art or frame? So so that commander slot is only in collector boosters, so it's extended. Pretty, 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 pretty. Sludge Monster. Love that card. Oh, look. Why not? See, that's a pretty good spot to end as well. That is a pretty good spot to end on the Borderless Renin 7. It's not foil, but we'll live. All right. We are ending with an old stick finger count of 3. Be sure to tune in next week as we talk Magic Story with 2 of the authors, as I just said. Otherwise, thank you for hanging out today. It was a blast. Thanks to producer Sean for setting all of this up in the office. We don't do this very often these days, but I'm glad we could, so you could get a good look at all the shiny new stuff coming in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. It is available on Magic the Gathering Online and Magic the Gathering Arena today in digital form, and then pre-releases are being held this weekend, and again, you have the option to take them home or do them remotely. Just talk to your local game store about how they're running things. And then Innistrad Midnight Hunt releases fully to everyone in every form and fashion on the 24th. So thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you next week.